BCW, 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 BCW fans. I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. 25 and counting was a great show and that awaited me after I missed out on Summer on Smash back in June. There were some pre-show matches to start the night as we had Nobody's Better, Michael Mastretta, and James Renison as they defeated Irish and Jay Red. Then in a five-way matchup, Aaron Ash defeated the missing ingredient, Chris Bishop, DK Venom, I apologize, I got his name wrong, and two other guys whose names I did not get, and I apologize for that. Aaron Ash put in a dominant performance in this one. Then the main show began as we started with a triple threat match, as we saw Ace Andrews defeat Gabriel Sky and the Kid, Vinny Pacifico. After the match, Sky attacked both Andrews and Pacifico and seemingly has become a heel. Up next in a great hard-hitting knockdown drag-out affair, Yaya, the gifted one, defeated the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson. Next up, out comes the Champagne Poppy, Joey Ace, and the governor of BCW, AJ Pan. And Joey Ace had issued an open challenge for the ECWA Championship, and nobody accepted. But out came Blessed, Casey Navarro, and the match was on. Ace eventually hit a top rope elbow drop. And first Navarro put his foot on the rope, and I don't know if something went wrong, but Joey Ace had won the match and retained the championship. After the bout, Navarro asked ring announcer Shane Fair for the microphone and wanted 5 more minutes with Joey Ace. And BCW owner Anthony Cole was out there as well. And Joey Ace was asking the crowd, "You want 5 more minutes?" And then he asked Anthony Cole, "You want 5 more minutes?" Anthony Cole takes the microphone. He says, "You know what? I'll do one better." At the next show, Fight for 3, not Final Fight, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the video game. Cool game that was. Fight for 3 on Friday night, September 27th. It'll be a return bout between Blessed Casey Navarro and Champagne Poppy Joey Ace. By the way, first Joey Ace was the 5-card stud, then he was the Salty Dog, now he's the Champagne Poppy. How many nicknames is this guy gonna have before his career is over? Up next with a first round match in the tag team, in a tournament which will crown the first ever tag team champions, as we saw representing the Pancor Agency, Pictorial Poseidon, Rex Lawless, and Alvin Alvarez, or Absolute Alvin, as they defeated Bear Country, Bear Bronson and Bear Beefcake with Jay Enterprise in their corner. Both Bears had Lawless and Alvin and Bear Hogs, and Enterprise came to the ring and put a bear hug on AJ Pan. Rex and Alvin won the match, and they will advance in the tournament. Speaking of tournaments, up next was the second match in the King of the Monsters match, as we saw the Pro Wrestling Maniac Joe Gacy defeat the Meadowlands Monster, TJ Boss, and the real Joshua Cutshall. Very good matchup by all 4 of these men. At one point, I forgot which 2 it was. They double backdrop Meadowlands Monster onto a door and laying in the corner. Yeah. So Gacy is now the second man in the King of the Monsters final match. Up next in a singles matchup, Public Enemy number 1, TJ Marconi defeated the lit superstar Sebastian Cage. Then in a singles matchup, the Bayonne Badass Dan Moff made his return to BCW's successful one as he defeated last year's King of the Monsters winner Billy Brash. And I forgot what Moff said on the microphone after the match was over. Up next was another first round match in the tournament to crown first ever tag team champions, as we saw the East Coast Syndicate, the Bushwick Beast, Chris Barton, and Dominic De Niro, as they defeated the Rep, Nate Carter and Dave McCall. Next up, we saw Christina Marie challenge Faye Jackson for the Women's Championship. Very good matchup by both these ladies, but Faye nailed Christina with the Mission Noble driver, but I did notice Christina's left shoulder was up, even though the referee could not see that, shoulder down, and made a 3 count. Faye Jackson retained the Women's Championship. And then it was main event time as the leader of the Satsuchin Squad, the Super Saiyan Rose, Eric Jaden, challenged wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter, for the championship. Now, there was somebody in the crowd, and something happened where he was basically chased out of the building. I know the guy actually is a wrestler. I mean, he obviously went too far. But the point I'm making is eventually Carter grabbed a hold of Mark Schwann, threw him into the ring post. He ended up kicking Nia Kennedy in the face. Dang it. And eventually Jaden took it to Darius Carter. I think at one point Dominic De Niro of the East Coast Syndicate attacked referee Zach Snow. TJ Marconi eventually comes through the crowd and he boots Jaden in the face. And Darius Carter capitalized and he ended up retaining the heavyweight championship after another referee came out and made the 3 count. And after the match, Jaden was blaming the East Coast Syndicate for the loss, and also they were like dropping so many F-bombs, and there were so many sights for the bird watchers out there. Marconi had a pair of White Claws in his White Claw drinks in his hand, and he celebrated a la Stone Cold Steve Austin. I gotta try those White Claw hard seltzers someday. Well, I forgot to mention when Moff did the promo after his win over Billy Brash, that he said he hadn't forgotten about that Darius Carter won't get lucky again if they face each other in the ring. Well, it's personal notes time. It was Gracie and Mike McNicholas, Jeff, Stella, Bill Parham, Jason Bob 87, great sitting next to Richie Figs. Who else I noticed at this show? Lawrence from Pro Wrestling Magic, Rhea. It was great meeting that one gentleman from that Ramble Mania podcast. I apologize if I got that wrong. Eric Cooper, Reed, how can I forget Peter Rosado, Anthony Cole himself, Shane Fair. During the first matchup, the batteries of my megaphone were dying, so I couldn't really use a megaphone for this particular show. Well, here's one memorable quote for the night. Don't talk to the fans like that, okay? Referee Zach Snow, I apologize if I got his name wrong, to AJ Pan during Joey Ace's match with Casey Navarro. Whoever bought the sound system for the show, that was great. Hopefully that sound system will return for future BCW events. Now, while waiting outside, the lady that normally that works the door, she came outside and had all us go around and enter the building on Westchester Avenue. Yeah, that's the street, Westchester Avenue. It wasn't the main entrance of St. Helena's. I know it's an odd question, but why couldn't there be a notice posted on the door on Olmsted Street where we normally enter the building? That would be, I think that would have been a little more common sense right there. All right. Great seeing Catherine Castro. I was hoping to give you a hug, pal. And I highly doubt this, but I don't know if you'd want to try to do one of these recap videos with me someday. Of course, you would not be the first lady to do one with me. I don't even know if you do find yourself watching my other videos. Surprised Irving Diaz missed his show. Look at that. I show up at Irving's and Irving didn't make it. But Irving, we gotta get an updated photo together, pal. Ah, dang it. Okay, I guess time to plug. BCW presents Fight For It 3 on Friday night, September 27th from St. Helena's Gym. Already announced a return match. Blessed Casey Navarro against the Champagne Poppy Joey Ace. I'm sure there'll be more first round matches in the tag team title tournament. I know there'll be I guess the next King of the Monsters tournament match. And by the way, speaking of which, I noticed past King of the Monsters competitor, the Jurassic Juggernaut, Vince Steele in attendance. Anthony Cole, bring Vince Steele back to BCW. Man, it was so great to be back in BCW. I mean, it's like a special feeling of sorts. You're always, especially everybody from the talent to the promoter himself, to Pete Rosado, to Eric Cooper, to other fans. It always make you glad to be there, you know? Rough. Let's see. I'm let down. There was no intermission to this very show. I was hoping there'd be a good. Hoping there would have been. Oh, and Miss Castro, good to see your Eric Two Belts Jaden sign survive despite it landing on the floor a few times. You were recording the match. Maybe in the future. I think I messaged you this one time before on Facebook. But maybe I'll bring my selfie stick and allow you to use it. You might. It's better. It's longer length than what you've got. How else did I see it this event? My goodness. Yeah, it seems like every time I miss a BCW show, when I come back, a great show awaits me. I hope, I don't know if you'll do it before the year is out, BCW, but I hope we get to do another after party somewhere at a place that's got karaoke. Because back at Anniversary earlier this year, I only got to sing one song after the show, and it was getting so late. Or if not, if you just did a karaoke event to help promote the wrestling product and try to garner new fans. That would be something. Also after Darius Carter's victory, he nearly got into it with Riley Shepard, who he injured earlier this year as she was commentating the show with Rosado and AJ Pan. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I guess that will do it from here, BCW. Great night of action. 25 and counting. Here's some more, 25 more shows, maybe. Well, I don't know about 25 years. I mean, if the wrestling business is still around 25 years from now and BCW is still going and such. But definitely, hats off, BCW. I can't wait for Final Fight 3. I did it again. I said Final Fight. Fight for It 3 on September 27th. So I gotta say, BCW, 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 BCW. See you September 27th.